The man who couldn't manage his own bananas. A manifesting story. There once lived a man in a place because, of course, he has to live somewhere. And he couldn't manage his bananas. He would buy a bunch or two, and there they'd sit on the counter for days on end. Maybe he'd eat one, and then they'd develop those spots, and then they'd turn almost black by garbage day. And guess where they'd end up? You got it, in the garbage. Sometimes they'd make their way here, but before I continue and give you the secrets wrapped up in this story, let me pause and say I appreciate you so much for clicking on this video and for stopping by so often. Now, do head on over to the comments and support this channel in any which way you can by subscribing, liking this video, hitting the bell, commenting kindly, and do check out my merch. In fact, I'm going to be putting everything on a big sale, so it's affordable to everybody who needs the help. Thank you so much. Back to our subject. Sometimes the bananas would make their way into the freezer, almost rotting, intended to be used for banana bread. That rarely ever happened. And his ever so kind and gorgeous tenant would find them when she was cleaning up, and he would say to throw them out. This went on and still goes on and on, but there's a development which I will divulge later. So, my friend, my awesome one, what has this to do with manifestation? Everything, really. You think that bananas are cheap. What's the big deal? The big deal is that the universe is always watching and computing and keeping score. Not in the negative way that people imagine. No, it's a positive thing to help us on our path. And if a person cannot manage their bananas, then it creates chaos in other areas of their life as well, and sends a message out to the universe to not send more abundance. So yes, the man in question is seemingly successful, but there is still chaos in many areas, and it often costs him some happiness. Oftentimes. Now, how can he be totally happy when everything is energetic? And the old saying goes, waste not, want not. So, awesome one, I ask you this. And this is a valid question. Where in your life are you creating chaos by not managing something properly? Comment down below. So the development is that on his most recent shopping trip, the man bought only 3 bananas. But guess what? He couldn't really manage those either. And only when his tenant, the gorgeous one, gave him a chunky monkey made with a half of 1 banana did that get used up on time. So let's get to the secrets. Firstly, be aware and honest and plan ahead. Where in your life are you looping this way? Secondly, Clear out your entire life. You have to commit to this. It could take a week or a month, depending on how organized you have been thus far. Thirdly is budget. Budget your time, your money, your energy. Fourth, put a stop to wastage. You do this by buying what you need. If you wish to stockpile a bit in these uncertain times, then do so. It's recommended, but with non-perishable items that have a good shelf life of 1 and 2 years, like maybe dried pulses. And this is also super important. Put order closely linked to the previous secrets. And now, my friend, in conclusion, everything affects everything. So if you are in the habit of buying too much milk and it goes bad before you use it all and it ends up flowing down the drain, then you do need to look into that. The universe is watching you, and it could be the reason for your low bank account or your empty wallet. So the bananas are symbolic as well. Tell me what you think.